Hello, everyone. Welcome back to KvltDeFi. This is the channel, as you know, where we bring you the latest and greatest in innovations and in tech, predominantly on Pulse Chain, and more specifically in the Jacob ecosystem of Pulse Chain. We have a very interesting night for you all. We're living in exciting times. Last night, there was the US presidential debate. I actually watched it was called The Real Debate, which included RFK. But that pales in comparison to what we have planned for you tonight. So what we have done, we have brought together all of the dons from the biggest families on BNB Mafia and Pulse Mafia. We're going to bring them on, put them together. We're going to fill the room with all these hard men. So let's turn the lights down low. Let's get some adrenaline going, and we're going to bring on the first family. What they're going to do, they're going to introduce themselves. They're going to introduce who they are, what they're about, just to let everybody know. And you can ask as many questions as you want, and let's really try and drill this down. So the very first person I'm going to bring to the stage is Capone. He is the Don of the Syndicate family. Welcome, Mr. Capone.
Hey, thanks, Colt. How's it going today?
I am good. I am good. Thank you. Okay, so you basically have 30 seconds to tell us who you are and what you're about.
Right. I'm Archipelago, Don of the Syndicate, the #1 family on Pulse Chain, soon to be the #1 family on BNB Chain. We are going to take over Mafia on both chains going into the game launch. Be ready for that. You can find us at t.me/the Syndicate Recruitment on Telegram. And you can also find us in the Hex Token Discord.
That was great. That was short and sweet. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Okay, we're going to continue to bring people on in a quick fashion until we get to the main topics of our conversation. So next, we have Hector Salamanca. Hector Salamanca is a lifelong smoker, as many people would know from the Breaking Bad series. He is here today. He's going to tell you exactly what the Salamancas are all about, because they're one of the top families at the moment. Hector, how are you doing?
Hola. Hola, respected comrades and allies. Today, the Salamancas extend their hand of dialogue and challenge. I, Hector Salamanca, represent the most powerful cartel family in all of South America. The Salamancas of Bogota conduct business on trust and respect. We are here to stay.
How can people reach you, Hector?
We reach them.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay, so next we have we have one of the most exciting families, in my opinion. As some people that I'm always interested to see what they're doing every day. We have the Giffordware team.
What is going on, Pulse Mafia? How we doing? Yeah, so quick little backstory on myself. I am a Web3 software engineer. A lot of people may or may not know me from the gift tech ecosystem. I currently have over 12 smart contracts running on Pulse Chain Live flawlessly. I am a builder. I am a learner. Right now, I'm learning how to do a lot of cool stuff with Adobe Premiere, AI, and After Effects to generate some kick-ass videos for this community. We are currently building a lore behind our family, including every character who is somebody within our family. We will continue to do so. Anybody who wants to join our family and work their way up in the ranks, they will be included into the lore. So that
is it. He ran out of time. Okay, like we say, we're going to have to keep everyone on point today. We have a lot of people on. At the end of the day, my word is law today, so you're just going to have to deal with that, okay? Next, we have someone from the Grays family, a new family inspired by the Grays community and the new UFO. This is Coach X.
What is up?
How you doing,
going
Coach?
on? Hey, can you hear me? Good?
I can indeed.
Perfect. Yeah, so I am the Grays family, and we're going to be starting from the bottom, and we're going to work our way up to the top. First and foremost, you can see me Monday through Friday, So the engagement of this family is going to be very high intensive. It's going to be very potent, and we actually also give the best, or I give out the best TA every single morning on Pulse Chain and or in the crypto space in general. And
that is it. He is cut off. Okay, so he has the best TA around the space. We have another TA expert in this chat who will be coming up right now. Welcome, please, Hansi Crypto from the Grand Clan.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can indeed, sir.
So I'm Hans. I'm a random dude on the internet. I like to draw lines on charts. I am part of the Grand Clan, short for Granny Token or Granny. Everybody loves their grandma, and we're old, we're ready, and we're here to hopefully make a few friends and hopefully not a few enemies. And yeah, find us at t.me/the Grand Clan. Yeah, DM me on.
That is it. That is it. 30 seconds. I maybe should have put this at 45 seconds, but hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. All right. Next, we have one of my favorite people in this whole space. He is loud. He is funny. He has an amazing mustache. Please welcome the adept from the Hustlers.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Lit Gaines. I represent these hustlers. We're not trying to do a big roll call. We just want elite fam. But if you come, we have fun. And this Pulse Chain Hex game is about to get hectic, y'all. If you know, you know. Much love.
That was short and sweet. Thank you very much. Okay, and last but not least, we have a new family, literally called the Clan. They came around yesterday. Hey, tell us who you are and what you're about. He is gone. He was here and he dropped out. Well, that was that. Okay, right, guys, I'm going to bring you all on stage. Quick bit of housekeeping. I absolutely don't care if you guys talk over each other. I think that would actually be quite funny. Please try not to keep, please keep the insults to a minimum if we can. But I'm not too really bothered about that either, to be fair. Anyone that is currently muted, you are welcome to unmute yourself. And we can get this thing rolling.
I was just going to say, I love Lit's energy. I've been following and watching his videos for quite some time. And dude, you were a big instrument on me discovering Pulse Mafia and coming to the table. So before shots get fired, I just want to give you the respect you are due, sir. Thank
you, bro. Respect back. And you know what? Like, let's be real. These are the dons here. We have underbosses. We have pit bosses. We have henchmen. There's no sense in us yelling at each other. That's what the streets are for, right? We could run this like gentlemen, or we could run this like in the streets. It depends on depends on how we want to roll the dice, you know?
I mean, that makes total sense, but I think we all know that in this dark world of kill or be killed, the gloves come off every now and again.
I think you can't.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's the game, right?
That is the game. Yeah. That's what we're here for.
And just to work myself through the chain, mad respect to Coach X. I was very early in your guys' ecosystem and did quite well in it. And so I owe you guys respect as well. And I was stoked to hear you guys coming into the fold. Mad respect to you as well.
Appreciate it. And the funny thing is, it's not even the ending for the Grays ecosystem as well. So, and then hopefully being on that top, having that level of intensity, trying to scrap out some maybe more pulse, maybe some more buy and burns might be coming into the PGC ecosystem, or maybe some more liquidity providing. You never know. Maybe we add some more gift to that liquidity pool that we created. Never know.
Now you're talking. You're talking. All right. We got to do a little individual set down, it sounds like.
Yes, we do, sir.
Gentlemen, we know that the Don Hansi today got the very last of the business units. He got the last slot machine over on Pulse Mafia. So congratulations to you and your family. What does everyone think? What does that mean now that all these business items are gone? Lit.
Next phase is initiated. It was a mad dash for the businesses, and now it's NFT scrapes, and it's family building, and you got to find out if you got a rat in your team. Watch people barking at each other up here, and they got a rat in their squad waiting to betray them, laughing as they fail. This game is ruthless. Don't get it twisted.
Talk about rats. I'm already getting message DMs from some people. I'm just saying. I'm not going to say who.
Are you feeling the intimidation? Are you feeling intimidated right now? Coach, are you feeling intimidated by these guys?
Do I feel intimidated? No. When people are reaching out to me, talking about like some dirty little secrets that they've learned about the Mafia game, you never know. I'm not intimidated by anything.
That makes sense. One of the things what I actually think is really cool right now, yes, the business items are gone, but with these new keys that are here, now inside those keys, you can win multiples of other keys, or you can win Mafia token itself.
Love it. That's ball.
That is absolute. That is fire for this game. Absolute fire. We have a lot of people. So let's quickly go into the chat. Who have we got here? So we've got Crypto Kool-Aid, always around. I'm loving that guy more and more. I think he's absolutely great what he's doing. Very clever guy. Hopefully I'll be streaming with him again soon. We have Hex Token in the house. I have it on good authority that Hex Token is streaming this as we are streaming this. I think that's pretty cool. Welcome, Superman. Who else have we got here?
Respect too. I'm going to jump in because I think you included. I could talk over you as well, so I'm going to go ahead and take that clearance there. But yeah, mad shout out to Hex Token, Mr. Superman. Also been streaming about Pulse Chain ecosystem for quite some time. Doing great work over there. And if I'm not mistaken, he's Mr. Knuckles on the syndicate. Is that correct?
That is close. He is the consigliere. He's Scarface.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, I appreciate that. 2. A lot of characters.
He's the brains behind the syndicate.
I feel that.
Guys, we have someone else just joined the chat. We have Legion from the OG Gangsters. One of the feared guys around here. Legion, welcome to the stage. How are you doing?
Welcome, guys. Good evening. Actually, I was here from the beginning, but for some reason, you just left me out. But
give him his 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. So I'm here to representing the OGs. I am as a couple in that family. You guys can reach me. Not me, but us in the t.me/BNBOGs Telegram. Feel free to join. Feel free to ask anything. We are here. We are stay.
Oh, interesting words. We are here and we are going to stay. Very good. Very good. Guys, we have funny things happening tonight. So what we're going to do, we are going to do a quiz between you all, and we're going to give away some keys. So it's basically going to be 1 key per question. Feel free, shout out the answers. It is literally first people there win, basically. I think we should do this first, and then we can go into a bit more of a deep dive chat, and we can get you all to discuss what's happening. Okay, good. So it's literally question and answer. Shout out the answer if you know it, and we will choose a winner. So first question is, if your character dies, what happens to the cash in their wallet?
Goes to that goes. Who kills you?
Okay, so basically, I think Gifford Ware was the first one with that one. Well done. Okay, so that one goes to you. Okay, next. How many Mafia tokens were distributed initially on the BNB?
800 million.
Yes, well done, Legion. Good one. Okay, next. How many keys were distributed on Pulse Chain?
8,000.
Well done, the syndicate. Well done, Capone. Yes, very nice. I like that. Okay, how many cities do we have?
11.
Wow, look at this. Hex token. If you're still here, brother Superman, we got people, your guys on fire at the moment. Okay, now this is an interesting one. What is the maximum number of detectives you can hire at any one time?
1.
3, right? 3?
Oh God, I want to say like a huge number. I feel
No, it's
like
3.
it's like
It has to be 3.
I feel like it's like a lot.
Is it 8? Is it
As
8?
many as you
100.
want. As many as you want.
2.8.
As many as you want. There you go. Well done, the
Yeah.
syndicate. It is unlimited.
Give it to
You
the
can have as
syndicate.
many detectives as you want. As long as it becomes cost effective for you, then you can have as many as you want. Okay, now this one, I'm wondering who's going to get this. What is the most versatile blood type in the game?
Oh,
Cold-blooded.
0.
Oh, blooded?
No, I say cold-blooded.
Oh, cold-blooded? No, that's not the right answer. Keep going.
oh,
0.
O negative.
AB.
AB. AB. There you go. Well, okay. So right now we have the syndicate in the lead with 4 correct answers. This is going great so far.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Okay. Now you can earn 2% auto compounding by depositing your in-game cash into the in-game bank. Okay. If you want to transfer any of that cash to another player, there is a fee. What
10%.
percentage is that fee? 10%? Who said that?
10%.
There we go. Well, they'll give it. Okay, that's 2. 2 for you. Okay, these questions get interesting. Some people are saying nothing. Actually, there's only one person saying nothing, so that's pretty cool so far. Okay, if you are traveling in a jet, there's a cooldown time after you use the jet. What is that cooldown time?
3 hours.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. 13 minutes.
the
Well
free
done, Lit. Well done, the hustlers. Hustlers
Lit.
on the table.
Lit, put the
Hustlers
wiki
playing it.
away, Lit. I saw you.
That's good, Lit.
Away.
Fuck this. I didn't even know we were getting any questions.
You better watch out for the hustlers.
I got you. I got you. You're good.
Okay, so if you put a hit out on someone, the killer gets what percentage and the protocol gets what
50.
percentage?
50.
50%. No?
Hey, these guys are cheating. They're looking stuff up. I
Hey,
don't know.
first person to get the right answer.
10% to the protocol.
Look at my glasses.
90.
Say that one more time.
Screens.
10% to the protocol.
Yes, well done, Legion. Well done, the OGs. Legion got it. 90% to the killer and 10% goes to the protocol.
That's right. That's right.
If you guys need the wiki, that tells us a lot, and that's totally fine. You can do what you do. You. Okay, going to jail is a possibility, right, for doing a fell crime. What is the basic cost per minute of bribing your way out of jail?
$1,000.
Yes, well done. There we go. That one, you must be thinking about going to jail. Okay, so what is the cooldown for killing someone?
3
30
hours.
minutes. I just flipped my answer. An hour. 2 hours. 3 hours.
12
4
hours.
hours.
2 hours.
hours.
See, hey, I got that. Did I get it?
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
One-
Just by
1 point.
spouting random numbers.
Hey, it works. It works.
That was pretty good.
Hey, at the
They
end of
got
the day,
their
it did work. It
computers,
did
I
work.
got my numbers.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, last few questions now. What is the maximum time per check-in in a safe house?
24 hours?
24 hours.
Oh, that was
Well
a
done.
guess. That was a guess. Word.
See how it works? See how guessing works? Sometimes it works.
That works sometimes.
Okay, how many bodyguards can you have equipped at any one time?
3.
3,
Unlimited.
4,
4.
12,
5. 6.
16.
Hey,
100.
no.
One.
10.
Unlimited.
10? 1?
It was one. It was one.
I feel like we should disclose that all of these settings to the game are subject to change at the launch time. I think that's in the wiki. That everything is subject to change. Is that fair?
Yeah, that.
Everything can change according to the whim of the big boss.
Let's
At
not
any
learn
one time.
stuff that changes, yo. My brain has enough details in this world, and I'm sure yours does too.
Okay, one last question. So how can you lose a roulette table except outside of dying?
Break the house.
Yes. Okay, it looks like on that quiz, GiffordWare are the champions.
Wow.
Yeah, boy!
Well done.
Woo! Let's
You
go.
had finished with you finished with 5. The syndicate had 4. The
Reversal.
OGs had 2, and then there was a couple of 1s. So that's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
Well done, guys. Okay, anyone watching that is thinking about joining a family, I think already you know now which family is doing their homework. So it might be good to reach out to them on their Telegrams.
And feel free to throw some developer questions at me too, because I spent more time in the code than anything else. So I got
let's have a look on the chat and see what people were saying during that quiz. Actually, yeah, people in the quiz they were pitching answers themselves. That's pretty cool. It looks like Crypto Kool-Aid was pitching the most answers.
I was kidding. He gave me all the answers beforehand, so because he already knew. He just already knew. Mr. Game Dev himself.
That dancing video of him the other day was pretty funny.
Oh, it was priceless. The heel click was for me, FYI. He likes to heel click at the end of his dance routines.
Cool. Guys, I want to ask, so for your recruitment strategies, tell me a bit about them. Hans, what are you doing specifically?
Well, I reached out to Syndicate and he gave me a few ideas. Frankly, I was clueless, right? We're still learning and trying to figure out what works the best. And yeah, so currently we do ask a fee. We also ask for a Twitter handle and a few other questions that we're still working on. And I'm pretty sure there are a few rats already, and you guys have sent people over. Frankly, I really don't care. I think we can do well by being friendly to most. Yeah, so far that's that. We do have a forward-facing public Telegram channel, and then an inner circle that if you make it through the screening process, you will be added to that group. And we do revoke the invite every single time, so it can't be leaked. Yeah.
Okay, Hector Salamanca, same question. How are you going about your recruitment?
Okay. So we headhunt. So if you want in, you will know. If you don't find us, we'll find you.
That is short and sweet and straight to the point. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, actually, we have a question here from, or not a question exactly, GiffordWare. Puzzpot, Jacob, the big man himself. What do you think about the code then?
I think it's brilliant. I mean, I would not be here if I didn't believe it was. And there's...
Okay, he's muted. That's enough. Thank you very much for joining us.
Come on!
Okay, yes, it is. It's absolutely great. And we will leave that to a different time, different conversation. Okay, I wanted to ask, Legion, I have noticed on Telegram that you guys have a strategy of following the wallets. What exactly is that, and what do you hope to achieve from it?
It is about mostly we want to see who sided with who is connected with who, so we can create our strategy accordingly to that. It's just an insight for us, just to see what everybody is about. But it was a really big work with like how many now? More than 1,200 wallets, unique wallets, and we are still not finished. But it's mostly about that. We need to know who's with who are the rats, who are the spies, and basically that's all.
Okay. Capone from the syndicate, what do you think of that strategy? Because right now, at the moment, it's between you guys neck and neck. Do you think that is a viable strategy? Do you think it's something that you should be worried about, or any of the other families should worry about?
Well, I'll tell you what, we tend to focus on ourselves. We know that there's other players. We know that they're legit, but we tend to focus on ourselves, build out our organization accordingly. And if we think that if we do that, it doesn't really matter what happens.
Okay, that is fair.
Yeah, if people want to look at wallets, that's fine. But again, we tend to look inward, and that's our strategy going forward.
Lit, I noticed that you, I mean, on your streams, you're streaming every single day. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. You are opening a lot of crates. You're really trying to boost up your family inventory. And as a result, you're starting to creep up through the ranks continuously. Is that a big strategy for you? Or what strategies outside of that do you have in place? I know that you are with allegiances with a few teams right now.
No, I'm right now I'm solo, fully autonomous, but I did realize this is a business hunt. And I started watching the how quick they were getting eaten up. And it was down to 7 before we knew it. And then last night down to 1. It was crazy. In like 12 days, they're all gone. So I think everyone realizes whoever snatched up those businesses doing crate runs was the best thing you did to push your family forward, right?
I absolutely agree. I mean, you've moved yourself into the 5th position.
You know, I see a war in 1st and 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and then the other families all down. I think it's that simple right now. That's the game. Until that changes, that's where the action's at.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. I would like your guys' opinion on the vault. What do you guys think of how fast and how quick we've actually managed to get to 2.18 billion pulse right now? Question to Coach X.
Go ahead. What was the question?
The question was, aren't you bloody impressed that the vault is at 2 billion pulse right now?
Oh yeah. Well, I actually woke up at 3:30 this morning and saw that, and I was just like, "Damn, look at this!" And I don't know. Looking at that, kind of like just thinking about different kind of strategies to capitalize on that, and you never know. Aliens work in mysterious ways, so just get ready.
Hans, this morning we had a live stream together and we were discussing the vault. What are your impressions of what we're doing right now, especially these green candles?
Yeah, I mean, we had a little bit of a dumpy on the chart, but it was already up 30% the last time I checked. Yeah, I mean, super impressed how fast it's gone. I expected maybe to slow it down a little bit now because those, as Letta said, those businesses were like Pokemon chase cards, right? As soon as they're out and everybody's chasing them. Yeah, and we said there's still lots of value there, and we'll all have to see how fast those items get consumed, especially the bullets and stuff. And yeah, I think we're still going to spam them as we think the best strategy, unless Mafia comes down a lot. We'll be spamming crates. Yeah, and just trying to not get too addicted. And
well, I think now the fact that yes, the business items are gone, but these key crates, or the keys now, they contain real Mafia token. There is a hell of a lot of Mafia token. I actually think that the top prize of Mafia is 5 million Mafia tokens could be in one of these keys.
Okay, so
that's a hell of a lot of money.
Is that just in one?
That is just in one.
That's pretty good.
In these new keys, I think there is over 50 million Mafia available in these keys.
Gory.
I think all the keys are being extracted from the market currently. Like everyone who has it up for sale is now redacting those, just so you know.
Does anyone, I want to try and call out some people here. I want you guys to call out some people here. Is there any people or any teams who you can say they are doing something which is either hurting themselves or hurting the protocol. Be honest.
I would never give you that insider information ever.
That is fair. I think he's going to have to go on mute again in a moment. No, honestly, I think I have a bit of an overall, like a high level view of everything that's going on, because I'm not specifically in a family, or because I'm speaking to families all the time. I can really say that I can see a lot. From my view, I can see a lot of what's going on. It's going to be very important when the allegiance tab is available on the family page. So any allegiances that you're working on or that you have are going to be visible. They're going to be actually visible. It'll be very interesting to see who are maybe putting out fake news, who are maybe being honest and just trying to play the game, and ultimately who is going to try and fuck over other people. So if you are in, one of these guys, like we were saying, so the OGs, you seem to have this strategy of wallets. You said like a hell of a lot of wallets that you're chasing down. It's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how all that plays out. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be to your benefit ultimately, but that's just my opinion. Who am I? I'm just a guy sitting here talking to you guys.
Well, you can easily do this and see if there is an issue, especially someone that you're not really, or maybe someone you suspect, right? But there are ways to obfuscate that information, to just make a new wallet, right? And there are mixers already, blockbrain.io, etc. So yeah, and it'd be interesting to see if they find anything. And yeah, maybe someone, I don't know if it's petty to, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Hans has got a good point, right? You could build quality into your recruiting process, or you could take an opposite view and just try to, once you get rats in your organization, then you've got a big problem trying to pull them out, right? So we tend to view it from the former perspective, but everybody's got their own approach.
Yeah, what are the largest concerns for you guys? Are you scared someone's leaking information, which I can obviously understand?
Everybody should be concerned about that, right?
And
I won't, I wouldn't say this, but some of you may have members of the syndicate in your families right now. There's a very high probability of that.
It's somewhere near 100%, I would say.
I suspected, especially those with their Telegram picture as their characters. That's a pretty large giveaway. But I mean, you can see my group and inflate my numbers. I really don't mind. And I'm not giving you guys items, I'm rewarding people, and I've got a private Telegram as well. So most of my members are, they've got something to lose, right? They're all there for what they perceive to be value. I mean, someone else might not see it that way. And then there are a few other ones, right? Maybe one or two with profile pictures of their characters on Mafia. So, it's sometimes you think you're very smart at doing these things, and maybe you want to do the chain analysis. I'm not going to sit and do chain analysis. Just don't give them items. And I mean, the information is probably something that might be a concern. But then again, you can DM your top 3 as well, the most sensitive information.
Any reaction to that, Legion?
Well, I understand all of your point, and actually, with some of them, I even say it's true. Maybe this quote, you are already right. Maybe this is not going to benefit for us in the long time. But as Archie said, there is syndicates everywhere, and yes, we know. We see the wallet. We just, it is fun, It's, for us, it's just about fair game. We don't want rat in our family. We know who them. We know the connect in the wallet, but it's just, I don't know. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to play out. That's what I can say.
The paranoia is enough to get you on a trip, right?
I think that's a legitimate concern, right? Because I think Jacob's already expressed the number one way, or at least one of the number one ways to kill somebody is from within. So that's something that we all have to be prepared for.
Exactly, that's what we do right now.
So they have to spend, these rats have to spend their own money, right? If it's coming from inside. So they're inflating your rank, your family rank. Maybe I have to think about it a little bit more, but it just doesn't make sense. The only threat I can really see is maybe information leaks. And I mean,
sometimes that's enough.
There's a moral thing you have to think about that as well, right? You're in crypto for censorship resistance. Yeah, I mean, there's a few things to think about there as well.
We deal with rats like we deal with our human waste.
Yeah,
Hector Salamanca, I'm loving the voice.
Yes, and Don Salamanca, thank you for the fine tequila you sent me. I appreciate it. I had my cup bearer taste it earlier today to make sure it wasn't poisoned, and it wasn't. So I appreciate the gift.
So are you saying then that you and the Salamancas have something going on?
I didn't hear that. Did anybody else hear that?
I don't know. Some people seem to think that the Gifford Ware and the Salamancas might be more in cahoots than we think.
Oh, I just want to shout out Corey Costa in the chat real quick while I got a chance. You're doing great work, sir. And your impersonation of the Godfather was fantastic, by the way, on the stream the other day. And keep doing it up. And if you ever want me on, you just let me know.
That's perfect. We can absolutely set that up. Corey Costa is streaming this live, or his reaction to this live, should we say, at the moment, which is always fantastic. Okay, I have a question. How high do we think the vault can go by the time we launch?
10 billion.
It has to go to 5
Easy.
before we launch.
It has to go to. It has to go to 5. Yeah, that's just one of the stages.
15 to 20. 15 to 20. I'm calling it.
You think?
Yep.
It's
I
possible.
think 10's a good number.
It's possible.
Wow, 15. Just imagine launching this game at 20 billion.
First
Whoa,
we pay
that
out
would
2
be
billion.
that would be 600 million to the number one family. 600 million pulse a week.
And you know, whoever may be the number one family at that point in time, and I'm not going to speculate on that, but I will speculate on the fact that they are diehard for the Pulse Mafia community, and they will do the right things with those funds.
What are your plans? What are you going to do with the funds that you can share? You don't have to share anything private. Okay,
Well,
the silence is deafening.
Let's say this: as a builder, I plan on building.
Cool. More stuff along the lines of gift tech.
Maybe we're really diving deep in the lore of this stuff. We're diving deep in creating. Okay, listen, this is GameFi, right? We're dealing with decentralized finance that is all on chain, that just so happens to be wrapped in a game that is compelling and keeps people engaged, right? So as with anything that is launched, immutable code on the blockchain, anybody can build on any smart contract. I'll just leave it at that. And also, let me just add one quick little facto, and I'm not speaking for anybody when I say this, but I have heard that the number of actual unique characters within this game is a little bit limited if we get the kind of exposure that we're all hoping for, right? So
Yeah, I think what have we got? 1,200
like,
characters.
Sounds like there may be an expansion of characters at some point. And so hopefully when that expansion happens, we'll have some very unique and interesting characters to join the fold.
I will be totally honest. I like the sound of that. Okay, I don't think I'll mute you anymore. That was pretty good. Guys, who can, I mean, what do we feel about the difference between what we're seeing on Pulse Mafia versus BNB Mafia at the moment?
Really, I think as far as differences between those two, there's just a lot more momentum on Pulse Chain right now. I think Jacob's a lot more familiar, or folks from the Pulse Chain community are a lot more familiar with Jacob. And I think that's the reason why we've seen Mafia catch fire on Pulse Chain. Now, what I will say also is that I think that's going to bleed back over into BNB. And here's the thing: the money's real on both sides, right? So, and that's the exact reason why we're on both sides, and we have no intent on changing that.
Can I quickly add to that?
Yeah,
the floor is yours.
I don't think many people are familiar with Jacob. Maybe I'm living under a rock, but I've looked at all charts, most charts. Then probably Coach X says he charts assets on Pulse Chain a lot, but I've looked at most of them, and I've gotten requests from many of them. And obviously, I think PulseSpot have reached out to me previously, but I was not familiar with Jacob at all. I think it's something else on Pulse Chain. Maybe it is. We are quite engaged, and lots of people are doxed and talking about what they like. Yeah, so I don't think it is because Jacob is well known. I am pretty sure. Like I've gotten requests to chart his coins previously, but for me, it was very engaged, and I don't like calling myself an influencer. I'm just trading the charts, right? Yeah, so I don't think that's quite accurate. I think it's something else, but I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if anyone else wants to add to that, like why it's doing better here on Pulse Chain, or
it's
not.
The community, better. Hans, you know this, sir. It's the community. Yeah. That's why it's a big deal on Pulse Chain. You want to compare charts between Mafia on Pulse Chain versus Mafia on BNB?
I did look at. I did.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we've got TYRH, right? That was on Pulse Chain. Huge community from TYRH that both sacrificed for TYCZ, which ended up becoming BNB Mafia, and TYRH ended up becoming Pulse Mafia, right? That's the reason why a lot of the members of the syndicate are here, right? We got Pulse Pot, obviously being BNB Pot launched before that, but it was initially going to be Pulse Pot.
It is probably that network effect that I'm not taking into consideration, but it is quite true, I think, yeah.
Something else is happening, y'all. BNB doesn't have the narrative Pulse Chain does, and there's been a lot of momentum for several years. We have a OA. There's a lot of narrative behind that. If you've been here, you know the narrative. And at any moment, we might see some wild behavior where we're like, whoa, moon running green candles. And if you're playing this game, you're earning weekly pulse, sometimes to the tune of 50, 60 million. These guys are chatting 100 million a week. Like, that's crazy. So if you're sitting here playing this game, stacking weekly pulse, and then that narrative kicks in, I think it's not a bad position to be in. So it's kind of easy adoption here.
100. Dude, Lit always bringing it. Always bringing it. And by the way, I called the old lady a fired chicken.
Nice. Now you're living.
So he loves it. He loves it.
That made me so happy, bro.
Good.
Live your life.
Yeah, I mean, listen. What is Mafia paired with 100% to right now?
PLS.
Correct. And if you understand the way LP moves in a bull market, sometimes you may witness a huge God candle based solely on the primary token you're paired with. It's called Hart's Law.
Coach, you're here. You're a big proponent of Hart's Law. Is Coach
Sorry
even still here? I guess not. But yes, Hart's Law is a real thing. Hart's Law is in effect all the time. Actually, Hex Token Superman talks about this quite often. My personal opinion, I mean, okay, let's say we get to a $10 billion vault, okay? That $10 billion is going to pay out $1 billion every single week. So 300 million is going to go to the first family, right? 300 million. 300 million at today's PLS price is already silly money, really. It's really silly money. If Pulse does a 10x by the end of this year, and we have 35 families, and the vault is running constantly at 15, 20, 30 billion, the money is really, it's quite insane, guys. It's quite insane. If you want to talk about turning this into an actual game, like a playing game, like you were, alluding to earlier, GIF, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible for the first phase family to literally start putting something like that into action, into play, which will only it will auto compound, but it will only compound the vault every week. It'll only compound the amount of users that we get. I mean, it's really exponential growth at that kind of stage, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, the great thing about that too is the vault goes up, those conditional payouts to family 6, 7, and 8, they're in place too, right? So even for some of the smaller players, it's a great place to be.
For me, this is the funnest way to pass pulse chain time that I've found.
Yeah, I will absolutely back you up on that one. I think we're all starting to really have a little bit of fun. I know even Hans, when I was talking to you earlier, you were saying this has sort of grabbed you a little bit. It's sort of got your attention.
Yeah, I think Lit actually made a really good point. The fact that people have the perception that Pulse Chain, now BNB is going to perform well during the bull market. Don't make that mistake. Most coins do or catch a bit, but the multiples, I think, on Pulse Chain, and the fact, I do think that. That plays a role, yeah. And to come back to the grab, I used to play what was it, Drug Wars on my browser that was like maybe 20 years ago, and I think this reminds me very much of it, and I had a little bit of deja vu from those days. I don't know if you guys ever played that browser game. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a MOBA and a fast action-based first shooter player, and not really a strategist. So it's weird for me that it has such a draw. I don't know if anyone else wants to comment why they feel this has such a draw to them. But the money aspect is obviously a pull. I've seen the motivation it gives to the top 3, and even the 50% split in the PLS to the family. Those numbers, right? It has a pull.
I think this game is perfect for keyboard warriors as well. Like, you could hide in a family, put money on a hit list. You don't like someone in the community. You put all this effort into like getting them taken out secretly, and you think you're all like hidden. It's just like this perfect for keyboard warriors.
I mean,
and if you've been here a while, there's a lot of them. So
the Tangang should be here, but yeah, they have a lot to say about everybody, and I would love for them to come play with us.
Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good point you just brought up there, Hans. Who would we like to bring over to this game? Okay, you mentioned Tangang. Who else? Who else in the post-chain community would we like to come over and play the game, set up a family, talk about us, all of that sort of thing?
I would like to see David Feeder play this game.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I would like to see him like mastermind this game and just go insane with it.
Yeah, man.
that
ego as well. They don't want to be seen playing an internet game, right? And I've got so much respect for those of you who are here, like, the first movers. We're like I faded lit when he was opening up crates. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing here? Like, and literally 2 days afterwards, I'm opening crates. Like
It's fun though, wasn't it?
5 seconds. Like, dude, this guy's wasting his time. What is he doing?
And then you got sucked in and drawn in yourself, Han.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, David Feeder, who else? So we know that Coffee was on with Jacob recently, and he said he's not really a gamer, so he won't be playing. So
Yeah,
who
he
else?
is. Yeah, he is. He's on our team.
Okay, there we go. There's a bit of alpha news right there.
Is that Coffee?
You know who'd be really good is Benny Blanco from the Bronx. He's a professional poker player, like pro level. He would kill it at this game.
We got a lot of connections because we got Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid knows everybody.
Well,
And
yeah,
he
he's
calls
already
them on the
in.
phone like an adult, as he says.
Kool-Aid says he knows Benny. Yeah, look, let's be real, y'all. Kool-Aid builds virtual worlds. So if you want to talk about someone to be good in the game, like
We've got a Web3 software engineer, myself, and an actual game developer on the Gearheads. Just saying.
you know what? I think
sounds
we
like
need
a
that, though.
recruitment push.
Some of these families are powerful. Some of these families have a
think-
lot of items and a far reach, and if there's not like massive waves of attack, it's gonna get murked.
I'm just sorry I didn't get to lit first. That's my only regret.
Okay, let's talk about something else then. All right, let's talk about day one kill list. Who's on your kill list day one?
The rats.
Or which family is on your kill list day one? We're going to find out.
On which
I'm
chain?
pretty sure I'm the top hit list right now from the chat. Everyone's chatting like your boy right here has got the most hits on him. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It depends what chain you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Let's say on the BNB chain first, because we have a few people that are on there, and then we can bring it back to Pulse chain.
Well, the only thing I'll say there is that, Lucky, unfortunately, you're going to have a very short lifespan.
Oh, Legion. Did you hear that?
I do, but I'm not going to in this barking because it was enough in the chat, and I'm not gonna do it here. We have also our list, but it's not public yet, and everybody gonna see in time.
I mean, is his accent not frightening? Is it just me? Legit.
I've got one concern.
Okay, shoot.
So, in World of Warcraft, there was a massive issue, whereas the Horde became so strong because of certain passives, right? And in this case, I would say large whales or large players, right? What you see, like very influential people would rather not join the Grand Clan, but would go for Gifford, right? Because these guys have shown they've got some economic energy behind them, right? How do we balance that? How do we get people to go to like the Grand Clan, or even people below us, right? People that the perception mightn't be that we're not whales, and maybe the other guys who are already showing large wealth tickers or wealth stats are whales, right? Are there any balancing ideas that Jacob has shared in the past? Because the reason I brought up World of Warcraft and Horde, they later rewarded people signing up to Alliance, to balance it out, because it absolutely destroyed the game, because there was no factional dispute even possible anymore.
Well, let me ask you this: what do you fear is the problem that this will develop, like specifically, based on what we know about the game?
Hoarding of wealth in a very small hands.
You have to
Well,
be able
I
to
mean-
protect that wealth, though, too,
At
right?
the end, I
Yeah,
know this.
it's you have to be able to protect it.
It sounds.
Do
organic.
you think
Thanks.
that where allegiances would come into play in that case?
Sorry.
So if you're worried about what, you know, some smaller people, maybe some smaller families accumulating all this wealth, they have to be able to protect that wealth. So would they be doing that through allegiances, do you think?
But there's no way for smaller players to even think of attacking them, because the retribution, just the retribution itself, would be a scare off, right?
Well, this is
Yeah,
the
because-
mafia, right?
Yeah.
This is the mafia, and there
But-
are certain things.
Versus
Sorry, you
players,
go ahead.
and you need more and more people to join, right? But
Yeah.
if it's it can get single-sided, and it really wouldn't affect the game that much.
Well, let me ask you
don't-
this.
Because what would happen is you would start seeing people rage quit, right?
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There will be people rage.
I think so too. I absolutely believe that. Yeah.
Either liquidate their whole families because they think there's no point in playing.
Yeah, well, let me throw this out there. Hey, Archie, have we ever spoken before? Just now, until just now,
We have
ever
never spoken.
before?
No, I
Never.
talk to Kool-Aid all the time, but not you.
Okay, fair, but I'm the Don, and we
Yeah.
have never spoken.
Not once.
Ever.
Not once.
Trust me, we're watching each other. I'll speak for myself. I'm watching him.
Yeah, I expect that totally.
Yeah, but I mean, this comment here, Katie is not going to join the Grand Clan when Syndicate and Gifford is 10 times away, you know? Corey won't join my team, a third worlder, whereas he will go with you guys.
I think two things on that, Hans. First,
Third worlder, but the perception, right?
yeah, I mean, I think there's two things, right? Jacob's already expressed that there's going to be balancing mechanics in play, right? So if
No, that was my question right there.
Yeah, that's going to be one thing. The other thing too is, I mean, that is going to check some of the groups that run away, right? But the other thing too is, again, look inward, see how you can improve your organization, right, and emulate some of the things that some of the more successful families have done. And I think, I mean, you mentioned before that you're already doing that. I think that's a smart thing to do.
Right, I've got more followers than many of the guys on the platform here. Right, I've gotten influence, but they're still not coming to me. Right, just because
hit me up after this. Hit me up after this.
Okay,
No, don't do that. You can hit me up. It's all right. Don't do that.
No,
There's different ways to grow your community.
but
I'll say
yeah, I definitely already see Jacob noticing that, right, with some of just some things I've seen. I just think I brought it up. I will bring it up, sorry, just for you guys to think about it, and maybe there's already probably ideas about this going around, and you guys have probably already thought about this issue.
Well, it's already happened, right? I mean, we saw that with the introduction of crates. There was a rebalancing with respect to Mafia and the inventory items, because we have quite a bit of Mafia, right? So I think we're going to see that play out over time, and they're going to make adjustments accordingly.
Do you think having Mafia inside these new keys are going to make any upsets along the way? Because obviously, Hans, like, you got the last slot machine today. Imagine if one of your members opened up a crate or opened up a key and it had 5 million Mafia inside it.
So we bought the chart some of my followers, because we were at our levels, right, and we got a really good deal. But obviously, some of the more earlier guys got a good deal, and you can see at the Grand Clan we've got a lot of Mafia staked. Like even people above me has less staked Mafia than we do. So it's yet to be seen, right? I'm not convinced.
What made you pull the trigger to get your bros to buy into Mafia token?
Yeah, the chart. I posted the chart in the chat. I don't know. My message is probably still there, and you guys can go ahead and check it out. It's just you see these patterns over and over, and literally when we got in, the price mooned after that. But it wasn't us that mooned the price. It's just it was curling up. I don't know. How do you say?
Well, I'm gonna try not to be super bullish, but I can't help myself sometimes. So we're talking about a billion supply, correct, on Pulse Chain, and I'm just gonna talk about Pulse Chain because that's what I'm bullish about. We've got a billion supply over here. There's another little well-known token that had a billion supply. It was called the Giffordware token.
Are you gonna gift this thing?
The Giffordware token went from 0.1 PLS. So sorry. 0.1, it's Kool-Aid. 0.1 PLS per token to over 3,000 PLS per token. Okay. This is decentralized finance wrapped within a game that gets people engaged. So right now, what are we at? 23? Something like that? 23-ish? I don't have a chart up right now. So there is a lot of room to grow on this one. And the taxes that are involved on selling that just feed the vault, utter brilliance. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It comes right back to the game, feeding the system. The gears are turning. The gears will always turn. There's no, so far to, okay, I'm going to say this, but this is my current understanding of the system. So far, there is no leaky ship, so to speak, in this system. And people who know me and from what I've built understand what that means. So I am very bullish on the movement of the Mafia token. And we're not even getting into the fact that when the full game launches, the Mafia token will be instrumental in the gameplay.
This is huge. Don't underestimate that.
Green candles are beautiful marketing.
Plus the staked Mafia, I keep going over this in my head. Like the whole nature of building family rank is staking more Mafia. That's one of the benefits that brings you up. So it's like anyone dumping the chart has given up on their rank, but a lot of people haven't. So it's this juxtaposition where there's a much more probability of people holding on to this token if it has a use case of boosting your family rank. And the moment you sell it and unstake it, you just take your rank down. People aren't going to do that. So
yeah, then South tax also plays a huge role.
Hey, and then you can't take out to account the great, maybe some aliens have a infinite bank that just prints some passive PUSDx or whatever token to strengthen their family and kind of like take over the game. You never know. You never know.
This is not a bad whale game.
By zero inflation, deflationary token with just
like imagine just being a
currently
whale.
Just to be clear,
a huge whale and you're buying crates.
Not currently.
Like that's not a bad move because there's so much liquidity going to this game, and you can have some fun. Plus, did you see those people? There's someone who 105x their money on a crate. They sold a roulette business for $2,100 and spent 20. 105x. Boom. Right off the marketplace. So if you're a whale, like speculating on crates is just fun. And there's just, I can see it being super
We might
fun.
need to do a video on that. Like
Yeah.
we might need to do a video on that because we need to let people know what is
100x
place
from the
over
NFT
here.
marketplace in like a night. They pulled a $20 crate, got a business, and they're like had no loyalty to a family, so they're like, I'm out. And then they sold it.
Hey, welcome in, Crypto Prod from the Untouchables. You
What's
are
going on,
late,
guys?
sir.
What's going on?
You are late.
I know. My bad. I'm sorry.
I give everyone 30 seconds to do their elevator pitch, boost up their family, let people know how they can join yours if you want. You want to go?
I'm Crypto Prod.
3, 2, 1, shoot.
Dawn of the Untouchables. I got 3 members right now, 3 family members. I still need a second in command. I just picked up a person yesterday, the equalizer. So I still need another right-hand man for you guys. Whoever's time's up, That's gonna be you guys. That's gonna be you. That's the opportunity of a lifetime, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple crates in the stash. Equalizer got about 15 crates in his stash. We got over $2 million. We got a car. We got health. We got what else? We got a lot of stuff going on. So hopefully we can rise to the top of the chart soon.
Cool. Okay, that was a bit more than 30 seconds, but I'll let you off, even though you were late. Okay, so we were literally just talking about the future potential of this game, right? We were talking about the fact that the vault by itself is one of the biggest marketing draws to this, because at the end of the day, people are going to be looking at the vaults, right? People are going to be looking at green candles, green charts, like Hans said, even though he is gone right now, I think. Yeah, he is. But yes, so it's really about building up this vault, getting people interested in building out their inventories, so that when we actually start to boost things up in the future, we can really start to see a lot more people on board. Gifford was saying that as a game dev and Web3 dev, the opportunity for expanding the player base profile for this is it's like really, it could be really next level in terms of, well, it could bring us more steps closer to turning this into an actual game. Would you like to expand on that a bit more? Because I'd like to hear more about that.
Well, I'll let people dig through the videos of what I have said live and what Kool-Aid has said live, but we are in talks with some serious mainstream influencers that I shouldn't even say influencers. These are founders of certain game companies. These are founders of certain IPs of movies that we're starting to get interested in some of this stuff. So just imagine some of your favorite characters out of your favorite movie that involves either the Mafia or something similar to the Mafia, and they're willing to come over to Pulse Chain. And because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I'm here to do. That's what my team's here to do, is bring recognition and eyes on a Pulse Chain. Just like Jacob has always said, that's why I can rally behind him. And we're trying to get these eyes over here. And if we acquire IP licenses, then we will start building out these characters. And then all we can do is come to Jacob with what we got. And, he'll make the right decision.
I like that.
That sounds really bullish to me, man.
I've been here for years in this Pulse Chain Hex game. The opportunity to stack chips weekly and then still be a part of the community and then have it continue to build around itself. I love those aspects. So if you guys have high-level devs to bring in here, oh, bring it on. I'll do whatever I can to support that, because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. And RH has chatted about Satoshiing. I don't know if y'all have known that, but that's kind of like going through the community. And it's like, hey, if that happens, we need to have a plan that makes us autonomous and looked after. And this is the type of stuff that can do that. This GameFi, high level, this is the type of stuff that can build an ecosystem. Like he Satoshi's out and we're all killing it. And we were here early. I like that.
That's the plan. That is the plan.
Yeah. I would agree with that 1,000%. 1,000%. I mean, if he was right to just leave us all standing, be honest, do you think that that we have the community that can really help to drive this forward? Not just talking specifically about Jacob or about yourself, but as a whole, do you think the community would survive? Do you think the Pulse Chain would survive?
We've been through a lot. We have to be honest. We've been through a lot, and if you don't acknowledge that, it's like you're not in reality. And if you do, then we can be in reality. And once you're in reality, it's like, dude, we've been through a lot. Can we re-rally? That's what this game has done for me. It's been a chance to re-rally and then reconnect with people, and to see everyone here. It's like, hey, cool. Keep it simple.
And that's why, Lit, you're a real asset to this community and the Pulse Chain community.
Thanks,
you always
bro.
have been, and I hope you know that.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I would absolutely second that. Lit, you're absolutely on fire, man. I've since our first stream together, I thought, okay, this is a pretty cool cat. I like this guy.
We have a chance to win though, guys. Like Kool-Aid's no joke. He builds virtual worlds, and I've talked to him for hours at a time. And like, not many people push your IQ to its limit and make you really think. But every time you talk to him, he'll do that. And I asked him, how come you're like that? And he's like, are you kidding me? This is low level. Like, this is like, I have to be in virtual worlds, figuring out every detail of everything in the character story, in the role. If this doesn't make sense there, I screwed up because I'm building the world. If there's an inconsistency there, it's on me. And I'm like, oh my God, you're building an entire world. Like, so with this type of talent, if you have devs that can come, yeah, we have a serious chance to be taken seriously. And if RH Satoshis and like OA starts pumping like we've seen, we've seen recent OA infusions. Okay, I've kept quiet about it, but I see that happening, and I think all of you do too. So if all of a sudden that just pops off, the people who got here early and invested in this game and boosted out their family and got all their boys' weekly payouts and then got weekly payouts themselves, we're positioning ourselves in like the best driver's seat for success. Maybe it doesn't happen, but if it does, this was a great play.
Yeah, I would absolutely think so too. How could we then leverage the success over here over to BNB, or in the future to bring the leverage to BNB to over here?
Easy. Once you know how to play the game, you realize it's like it's checkers over there, right? Everyone's playing chess here, and then there's like 75 businesses available over there, and we burn through all of ours in 12 days. So if we like got into it, you could just murk over there like a college kid in like a middle school. I don't know. Archie, is it like that or not? This is Archie's world. He's been there a long time.
You got it, Lit. You got it. I couldn't say it better.
Yeah. Well, you know why, guys? It's because RH, like, we didn't buy RH coins. We bought into RH. That's why we're all here. Like, we liked RH. It wasn't his coins. It was like that dude. So he told us not to be stupid. He made us check our keys, check our crypto, not get scammed. Don't click links. He made us focus on all this stuff that made us smart. So all the Pulse Chain bros are like looking at this game like high IQ. That just totally makes sense. The foundation of the community. Like, it makes sense why Pulse Chain just rocketed and everyone's all strategized and dialed in and the dons are all hectic. Like, makes sense why it happened like that.
Colt is really dissatisfied that we're not at each other's throats right now. So maybe
do you know what? In the beginning, I thought, okay, what can I do to antagonize these mofos? What can I do to start getting them going at each other? But as the time goes on, I just love you all, man. I just love you all. This is the place to be. I am absolutely confident in the Pulse Chain, even if RH was to do a disappearing act. I think that this has been a community takeover blockchain for a long time, right? He hasn't been around for a long time. We've been taken over for a long time. I mean, as long as we have projects and people that are just building, constantly building. I'll say this on pretty much every single stream that I do. When people say, "Oh, what do you think about the charts? What do you think about this?" I don't look at the charts. I don't look at the charts because I have conviction in a few different tickers, right? I have conviction in a few different tickers, and those I know over time that I'll do very well. This isn't for me. This isn't let's make a large amount of money in a short period of time kind of thing. I'm here for the duration. You know what I mean? I really think I've found a base. I really think I've found a development team that I could just get behind. I mean, I don't really, hand on heart, I don't really think I've seen someone as prolific as Jacob building over the last 18 months. It's one thing after the other, and he has a perfect vision for it all. The grand scheme of things, the big picture. He has the big picture. This honestly, I think this is just another stepping stone to get to his picture. We have the casino projects. We have this gaming. We have the algorithmic stablecoins that he's looking at. I think he has a pad which is probably thicker than this, and he's out there, and it's probably just full of ideas. Ultimately, I secretly believe that the ultimate win for him, as in to boost his pride, I think maybe would be develop something which will be taken back to another blockchain. Imagine if he developed something which was brought back to Ethereum, to get eyes on Ethereum, and then everyone says, "Who the hell is this guy? This is a great project. Oh my God, this is a guy on Pulse Chain who already has 4 or 5 different projects." Like, that would be hands down, probably the best thing that could ever happen to Pulse Chain at this stage. Because right now, all we're doing is taking stuff over there, bringing it here to form a base. And then we have builders like you, Give, and then we have builders like Jacob, on the outside, who are just saying, okay, what can we do, which is new, which is exciting? What can we really do to open people's eyes that, hey, guess what? Pulse Chain, guys, we're here, we are here.
There's a new standard in blockchains as well as technology progresses. If we don't hold that line, it's all blockchains that don't hold it. It's not us. Every single blockchain that doesn't hold that minimum standard is going to not be taken seriously. We're entering a new technology phase. This is our chance to do it. Even if it's like, forget about your project and your project work together for the greater whole for a time being, and then boost our ecosystem and then go back to your own like why not have both banners as you're boosting the ecosystem? Like we have 100%. To be smart. We have to elevate our community to a neutral standpoint where it's like, we're not behind the curve. We're right at the level we need to be, if not ahead. And it might be one or two things we're doing, but as blockchain evolves, like if we don't organize and keep a basic level of all the stuff that other chains are doing, we won't be taken seriously. So I really don't care how we get there. I would like to help how I can to get us there.
That's a super good point, Lit. This project is, it's special, right? It's special. This is something that can differentiate Pulse Chain from other things. This is very unique, right? This is something that you don't see in other places. I think this thing is going to catch fire, and right now we're living it, and we're going to look back on this in a few years and realize how special this is. But for right now, we just got to enjoy it.
Can I share an interesting thought with you guys?
Of course.
So there's a famous question and answer website called Quora on the internet.
Yes,
now, before that, there was a pay to answer. So you would get paid to answer questions. Mm-hmm. And that existed before Quora. And that went bust pretty quickly. Whereas Quora doesn't pay you any money. But the difference is, it has a ranking system. So we as men, we like respect and community and progression. And that's why men generally like video games. Whereas this game combines both of those features, which I think is a very interesting thought, because you've got a ranking system. There's ways of earning respect, not only in your family, but in the overall game as well. I mean, the syndicate ranking up there, I bet it feels great being up there. Me sitting at position 8 where I am, I feel great already with the team that I've built and the respect that they are showing to me. I don't know if you guys want to comment on that. I think that's a very, very powerful aspect of what's going on here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that gamification aspect is a huge part of why we're doing this, right? I have a personal defect that I like to win. I like to win at everything. That's something I've had to manage over my life, right? But that's the thing that drives us to be at the top. And it feels good to be at the top, but we also realize that doesn't matter until those weekly vault distribution payouts happen, right? Mm-hmm. So it's something that we continuously work at every day to get better. And we love to see the competition. You guys push us, right? We don't forget that. And we hope we do that to you as well. And I think if we all do that together, this thing is going to explode.
You know, what'd be cool is like, I've interviewed Jacob several times, and just my unique background, I was able to kind of ask a few questions that really rattled me and made me understand them. And I said, why are you doing this? It's like your 15th project, dude. Like, dudes don't just wake up in the morning and build like that. What are you doing? And he revealed to me, well, I could have built Pulse Chain. And at the last minute, I didn't get the contract. And I'm like, wait, what? You were going to be like Braytech? And he's like, yeah, but at the last minute, it didn't happen. And I was a little bit like, hey, what? Like, you don't, what? I'll show you. And I was like, oh, like, I get it. You're here to like, he's not in and out. He's here to actually prove something. So when Colt said that his dream is to build something on Pulse Chain that gets adopted on another chain, that made sense to me. From that perspective, I was like, oh, I get that. That would be the ultimate slam dunk of like, bitch.
And here's the thing: you look at what Jacob's done over the life cycle of his projects too. Everyone is getting better, right? You see elements being tacked on to the other ones. It's continually adapting and learning. You mix that with that will to win, and you're gonna see that lit.
Yes. Look, at this point, you guys, I'll be honest. I sacked like years ago, and I went hard. I was slanging real world assets for this sack. All right. I'm not going to fucking lie to you guys. Sorry. I'm not going to lie. But now I'm here, and my motivation are all the soldiers around me who've been here for years, and all the other influencers and all the bros who are like, dude, I'm right with you, lit. Like, I either went harder than you or I didn't go as hard, but I'm still here. Like, if we have a chance to help all those people, that's really motivating for me. And if it comes through this game or other, I'm down for it. I would love all of us to put our minds together. Jacob's experience, Kool-Aid's game world, Han's dev skills, the Gearhead's dev skills. Like, there's so many people here. Archie, if you talk to him, he's mad strategist. He's really good with marketing. The Max is a marketing expert. There's so many people. If we just put together, like, actually the whole of the chain goes. And if we have to combine a protocol and put different devs and give them different money payouts for their work, I don't give a shit how you structure it. I want to see all the homies in the back who don't have a lot of money but believed in this ecosystem. I want to see those homies do well. So this game was like, come to my fam. I'm going to go hectic, and maybe I can boost you guys up. That was my vibe. And it's the same for Pulse Chain. So with all the talent here, like, if y'all can build it, I will help however I can. Stream it, network it, whatever I can do to help. Like, I genuinely want to see us do well.
Yeah, I think we're well on the way already, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I think, I agree. Yes, granted, we still need a few infrastructure things on the chain, I think. But as far as our own little ecosystem, now we're talking about the Jacob ecosystem of projects, your own stuff, Give, and, you know, where we actually see the road ahead for us. I mean, I really couldn't be happier. I think we're hitting the ground running with this. I think we're absolutely flying along wonderfully at the moment. Obviously, we're probably going to have some hiccups along the way. Concerning if any of the you big families get wiped out, for example, if you get wiped out early on, I really am interested to see, especially with this, I'm interested to see what kind of hit list we have coming out of the gate. It would be, what an upset it would be if one of the top 5 families just got decimated in the first week. after all this hard work, opening all these crates, doing all this, and then boom, gone. Start again. But yeah, I mean,
all your stuff, yo.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the way things are going. It's just getting better and better, right? I have sent a message to you all in the private chat, just so you can check that out, please. We can get on with that. But here we go. What did Hexman Superman say? I'm on all the family hit lists. Okay, look, this is a computer game, and didn't you know, Superman? You might be Superman, but I am actually invincible. Did you know that? I cannot be killed in this game.
Yeah, you get the neutral narrator standpoint.
Neutral narrator, or
Yeah,
the secret man pulling, the puppet master behind the scene. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
If I get taken out, I'll go narrate with you, because this game, watching the families rise, I was having so much fun looking at their inventory, seeing who's boosting what. I was like, dude, this is a race for first and second. This race for third and fourth. And then these other 13 families are all just race for fifth. And it's that simple. So if you zoom in on those micro battles, this thing's going to get hectic. You're going to have sabotage. You're going to have betrayals. You're going to have all types of stuff, sniping people out. It's going to get hectic. It's going to be really fun to follow. And I'm curious, can we hook up Pulse Predict to this? Can you have next week, here's who's going to move to this position?
Dude, I did a feature request. I put a feature request in Telegram to request the top 5 families from week to week and Pulse Predict. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but we'll see.
I think that is pretty much a guarantee that will happen. That will have to happen.
I like it.
Guys, you could kind of game the system. You could put a hit out on someone and then bet that they're going to get.
Yeah, those rankings.
Recoup your losses.
Yeah.
You could play with Pulse Predict on this game a lot. There's a lot of game mechanics there.
Shortest
It will be-
lifespan. That could be one.
Yeah. Shortest lifespan. Hey, listen, even betting on the weekly payouts. What's everyone going to be getting paid out? I mean, you could do it all. You could literally pick it down on players. Is this player going to beat this player or kill this player at some stage? You know, if someone does a little bit of, like Legion, like you were saying, you're chasing all these wallets so you can really see people's worth. You could literally create a bet on Pulse Predict to say, okay, I believe that, I don't know, Mario is going to beat Luigi at some stage. That would be a viable bet.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for any of the community members who currently own a business and are not part of a family, because I feel like they would be the first on the hit list.
Targets, big targets on your backs, big targets on your backs. To people like that, I would probably suggest, research, get out there in touch with a family. If you are someone, okay, here's a question for you Dons. So if someone approaches you and they say, hey, look at my inventory, I've got this huge fucking bag. Oh, sorry. I've got this huge bag of stuff and I'm really looking forward to joining a family. Would you give that person a higher rank in the family just because of that? Or do they have to start from the ground up, same as everyone else?
Never. It doesn't matter. For us, it's entry fees the same. It doesn't matter who it is. They go through the same screening process. They pay the entry fee. That's it. They have to have a minimal bag size, but above that, it doesn't matter. And our leadership positions are not for sale.
Our leadership positions are for sale over here at Gearhead. Specifically the capos. The capos are decided by your participation within the ecosystem, the game. So if you come into the family and you're stacked, you may get promoted. This is the current standard until the game goes live. After the game goes live, that may change. But for current standards, yeah, absolutely. And there is no entry fee. You come and you prove yourself within the Gearheads. And that's how we roll.
No, that's fair. Okay, so any of the smaller families that are out there that are going through this active recruitment process now, there you go. That's a bit of wisdom from the top boys. Gentlemen, I'm having a great time. I'm happy to keep going if you guys are. It's up to you. We lost Hans. His phone died. Plus, it's 1:30 in the morning where he's, same as here.
So let me ask you guys, how easily do you think a Don, maybe who's a part of the Gearheads at the current second largest family with the power and wealth that we currently have, how easily can I just be taken out within this game?
That's impossible to assess right now. Because
So
I know
you're saying it could very well be easy.
I'm just saying it's impossible to assess, right? I would expect that it would not be easy, but I expect that right now we don't have a fair look at what that will be in the future when it comes time to make it happen.
I'm not gonna lie, he sounds pretty confident, even though he's playing it chill. I feel like you know how to murk someone out real quick, Archie.
We have different strategies, Lit.
Yeah. I can feel that in your voice. I'm like, he's playing this unders. He's got more power. He's not flexing it, but he's got arsenal.
We're prepared for different scenarios. Let's just say that.
How do you see this? Is this a race for first and second, third and fourth, and then the rest are fifth, like I said?
Yeah, I think you framed it up really well. Really, every day is a race, right? We know that when the game starts, the deck is going to be shuffled. That first day is going to be crazy because guess what? When those stakes come due, people are going to be unstaking. People are going to be dropping out of the game. They're going to be taking profit. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff happens that first week. But the way that we look at it, winning starts right now, right? So the way that you framed it up between third and fourth and first and second, I think that's a fair statement on Pulse Chain. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing the same thing on BNB, especially in the first and second positions, right? But again, we play the long game. We know that this game is not currently feature complete. We know that a lot more of the mechanics are going to be introduced and things are going to be changed, and we just have to roll with it, right?
Yeah, there you go. Kool-Aid's talking about the nuclear triad. Like, we understand in game mechanics what this means. So if you allow the top dons to be assassinated on day one, the game is over for everybody. So just understand that. Do you understand what I mean? If the dons get assassinated on day one, and so the majority of the wealth that's within the Pulse Mafia ecosystem gets transferred on day one to the assassinators, it's a mass extraction of the game. Just understand that. Jacob understands this. He's talked about this.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I'll let Kool-Aid go in deeper on this with you guys anytime you want. Anytime you want. It's something that's taught back in game dev school, actually.
Bristology. I'm going to be driving my character from city to city every couple of hours, so you troglodytes don't hunt me down.
Facts.
I was here before this game was made, and Briz was a part of this. If y'all don't know that, he knows.
That was my second miss because Briz is a gearhead at heart, but I missed him. He had another friend that got him into this game.
Yeah, he is in the Trump family. Here's a question: Are there any families here on Pulse Chain who are not on Binance Smart Chain who are thinking about jumping over?
Not.
You're thinking about double dipping?
I think right now I want to get everything solid here, and then I'd consider. But here's where I'm at. With my consciousness, the way that I think naturally, it's more exciting to think about all of us like playing the game, right? And then whatever happens, happens. But we learn the game, we become homies, all the dons, and we form a cross-chain mafia game where it's like our Pulse Chain force is elite. We will fuck you up, bring it. And we put a prize and we battle other chains. That would be cool. We would have I would bet on hexagons any day for game theory. Like anyone who wanted to figure out hex in the beginning, if they didn't have the IQ, they just would leave. It weeded them out if you didn't have the patience to learn staking ladders and all this game mechanics. So I'll bet on our people any day on Pulse Chain. I would love cross-chain wars of Mafia. Like, I don't know if that's possible, but that would be super cool. Challenge another chain to build a family and attack them, all of us.
That would be pretty shit hot.
It'd be pretty sick.
Of course, why not? I mean, the Gift Tech has proved that we can utilize tokens across chain on the Pulse Chain. We proved that in real time and continue to do so on a daily basis. So yeah, we could bring wrap tokens over. You could wrap up your Mafia tokens from BNB and bring them over to Pulse Chain, and we can create utility out of it. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Did you guys figure out like a freaking infinite up system, essentially? Your Gift Tech is kind of insane. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's like always
No. It's just where you constantly have more buy pressure than sell pressure. That's all it is. There is no way to create this infinite up only candle. So
let's apply that to this. Let's boost this thing.
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Let's go, bro. Start building.
Yeah, just thinking of that whole. It would be huge. It would be like a monster project.
I wouldn't mind that. Like everyone has kind of shown that everyone has done their individual flex as a dev. I would not mind a couple devs actually working together in each area of specialty. But here's the secret. If you have too many devs that do the exact same thing, they'll argue. You have to have someone like, hey, I'm really good at this. And the other one's like, I don't want to do that. Then you'll kill it.
Yeah, the interesting part about blockchain development is because we're dealing with a lot of immutable code, one dev sets the playing field, and then the next dev walks onto that playing field and thinks, I could build here. I can build a house here. I can build a community here. I can expand this, right? I can do new things. and it will always be a net contributor to the original, or an homage, as Kool-Aid says, to the original builder or the original ecosystem. So this can all be done. All it requires is a will and a way. But if I get assassinated in the first week, I probably won't be building.
Hint, hint. If I get taken out, I'm gonna co-narrate everything. I'm gonna have a blast.
We've got. Hey, I think there's more arguing going on in the chat than there is on this stream.
That's because the Dons are all ballers.
It's great.
They're all like higher level. When you get to higher level, you don't worry about petty stuff. And if you do, you wouldn't have become a Don.
How many families do you think we will see on this thing? Like overall, like at its peak, do you think we'll see 100 families? Do you think we'll see 500 families?
What do you mean by family? I guess
families, like individual
like
families. I'm not saying like there might be a few families here which actually are, there might be 3 families who are all kind of really just one family. I'm talking like individual families that are not related to each other in any way.
At least 100.
It depends.
Yeah, I think 100 is a given. We got 16 now. 100 is
bonus,
not unrealistic.
If there's a joining bonus, it might help them, because some of the bros here have like kind of got way. Like, look, if there's a map for treasure, right? Some of these bros are mountain ranges ahead. If you started now, you would have to really like they'd have to fumble the ball and stop moving, and you just have to go for many mountaintops. So there probably has to be a little incentive for new people to join, to be honest. Because if I were to join right now, I might be like, whoa. And even when I joined y'all, like the syndicate was balling out hardcore monopoly status, and everyone was all scared. And like that was and then we saw a few people come, and then a few people go to them, and now it's evened out a little, but still those people are mountaintops ahead. Yeah. You have to be realistic, because in order to get mountaintops ahead in this game, you have huge inventory, you have huge staked Mafia, all your capo downlines are set up, you're organized, and your strategy on where you're at in the map. So you're in full communication. Like these people who are mountains ahead, it's because they were prepared and they know what they're doing. That's what I learned. It's not easy to catch them. You're not just gonna. Plus, it takes time. You start opening crates. It takes like an hour and a half to go through 30 or 40 of those.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, why would somebody want to join a family that has less members than, say, like the syndicate, when they know they can get guaranteed payouts? That's like the big predicament. How to draw somebody to your family when you don't have that many people on your team already?
I think the important thing there, really, you get a small core of people that you know, and from there, just set some standards, right? And I mean, really, if you do it right, you put the time into it, you're going to grow. I mean, we treat this like a small business. We're putting, honestly, I mean, this is a second full-time job for me, right? It is for a lot of our members too, and we're dedicated towards it, right? We work at it every day, and that's how you get bigger. That's how you grow. I mean, there's really
people you care about, and you can provide them a second income passively from this game. That's like kind of a big dick move, Makes you feel like you're actually a Don helping your people.
That's the thing. I mean, you look at the vault on both sides. You don't need a PhD in math to realize how much those payouts are going to be, right? You can sit down and do some just simple addition and subtraction and multiplication, and there you go, right? That is enough incentive. And if you incentivize your people enough, right, you're gonna grow and you'll do well. But you got to put the time in. That's it.
Yeah.
Can you share with the audience like what some of the real life payouts have been? Is that okay to share?
Well, there's not been any payouts yet, Lit. I mean, but when they come,
on BNB or no?
No, it's still not active yet, right? They're at this point. I think Jacob said after release 6, everything's going to be in sync between chains. But on BNB, there's 100 BNB over there right now.
People still have time then.
Oh, huge. Yeah. I mean, and the thing is right now,
it's 20% of the way, only 20% of the way there. And I think I don't think. I mean, any family that exists now, you have so much time to build up because the game hasn't even gone live yet. I mean, families are going to come and go when the game goes live, but right now it's still early stages, man. Just get out there, start shilling the hell out of those families, because at the end of the day, now there's 8 potential spots now to start earning from. It's not just 5 anymore.
The entry on BNB is so cheap right now too. So I personally would love to see a lot of you guys over on the BNB side. Give us some competition over there. The OGs, they're over there with us, right? But beyond that, I mean, there's 3 vault spots.
Is it Pulse Chain people that bridged over, or is it like BNB users that found it organically?
Well, it launched on BNB first, right?
Yeah, it launched on BNB first, literally 2-3 weeks earlier. But it was people that sacrificed for the original Thank You CZ project. So it was a bunch of our people really that went over there. But I mean, look, Pride is here. I know Pride from a long time ago from different projects. He mostly on the BNB. He started to cover a few Pulse Chain things as well on his own YouTube channel. But I mean, predominantly he's a BNB guy. And ultimately, I mean, we just need more of those. And the thing is, we know them all, but it's the same with everything. Right now, even right now, people are just worried about throwing all their money into all these, what effectively they would still call a degen project on BNB, on the Binance Smart Chain, just because people got burned so bad by these kind of projects last year. Like, it's difficult to explain to these people how good this tech is, when a lot of them don't even think about the tech. They think, oh, what can I do to make some fast money, some quick passive income? Those are the type of projects that do really well on the Binance Smart Chain. So it's really about finding the right people. There's a lot of clever people over there, but opening doors to those people is, it's quite difficult,
You guys, is it time to like dev up together and like, you know what I'm saying? Actually create a really high standard for Pulse Chain where like, even if it's a couple bros or one protocol, it's like a bunch of us, and then the whole community can get behind it like we did in the beginning behind Hex, only one ticker. Is there a way to kind of like get us to that point? If this is the game, like I'm just kind of like, I think that's the future. If we're all spread out and pulling all these different directions, Pulse Chain is what it is. But if we can actually like put our heads together and really build together, I would like to see that. I would like to support that. I think everyone in the background who's kind of been here for a few years would like to see some alpha bros come together, drop their egos, put the best tech, the best development, the best game mechanics, kind of like redo Pulse Chain. You guys know Pulse Chain was like a group of think tank. It was a think tank. It was 20 people. There's a bunch of people. And they all put their brains together and came up with it. So like, I like that concept moving us forward. And is there a way to dev like a transaction, like a bridge, a transaction to another chain? And it's like the simulated moves of the game. And they would receive a transaction from a bridge that's like something they'd respond to in another bridge. Is that how you could do it cross-chain as a dev? Would you tell me?
Well, I'll speak towards that. I've been in development of a similar product to what you're speaking of, and have been in development for probably 3.5 months. So 3.5, maybe 4 months now. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. But one of the things that we do, one of our core pillars, as Kool-Aid is pointing out in Gift Tech, is to actually unite communities, not divide. So what we do is when we build Gift Tech, we build it on other tokens. We don't build it on our own. So for example, we will go out and we'll find a token that we like, a community that we like, a community that's passionate, a community that's there and thriving. And we'll build our deflationary technology on top of their token so that it's net positive for everybody in the ecosystem. So thus, if somebody has a token and everybody's rallying behind it, but it's a static supply, we provide a deflationary technology to it.
That's beautiful.
That is all built around arbitrage and incentivizing people to take advantage of price ratios. And there's a lot of videos on this. We've been talking about this for a while now, so I encourage you to look into what we do at Gift Tech.
I know exactly what you do, bro. I can explain it to everyone. All right. If your soil's fucked up and these guys come, they spread all the rhizomes and the micronutrients and they leave it black as night. And any plant you put in there boosts it. That's what you guys do.
So currently, I mean, the Mafia token is static 1 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I want you to gift the living F out of that. Gift that token, bros.
Again, if y'all dons are putting hits out on us, I mean, that's not, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, my friends. You want the gearheads in this community, and you want them competing. Trust me, you do, because what we do will benefit everybody. That's how we roll.
Tell me he didn't just play that masterfully, y'all.
Love it. I love the fact I'm on a stream with Lit right now, man. This has been a long overdue.
Look, guys, I've gotten death threats. I've asked all the hard questions. I think I got canceled. I'm not sure. My tweets get like 4 likes. I'm still the same guy. I'm still going to ask questions. I still care about every single one of you here who have my back. I want to see all the homies do well. All these dons up here, like, I just see them as people who aren't scared. They're people who aren't scared. They're putting themselves out there. They're putting a family together. They might get taken out. They might have, you're just not scared. And that's what we need. We need men who aren't scared leading the way. Am I wrong? Like,
no. Let me ask you guys a question. As far as allegiances, what are y'all taking into consideration when it comes to wanting probably to align with somebody else, another family? Would you align with a smaller family or only bigger families? Or would you align with people just only from your area?
I think that there's going to be a lot of factors involved with that, Crypto Pride. I mean, we're gonna have the map. There's going to be new mechanics introduced, right? But it's going to be probably a combination of things. But absolutely, I mean, from the syndicate perspective, it doesn't matter if you've got 5 people in your family. It doesn't matter if you've got 2,000 people in your family, right? We'll look at a combination of things, and if it makes sense to have a strategic alliance, and that's something that we would explore.
this game's all about alliances, right?
Yeah.
And betrayal. That's what it is. Like if you study the Mafia dons,
betrayal's coming in this big time.
Yeah. I like what Gift said. He said, hey, you want me to build the tech and gift this thing? You better keep me alive.
Facts.
I threw out a message earlier that I was going to give 1 key away to the best dressed Don, and his hands off.
Yeah.
It has to be Gift. Look at that.
Yeah, it has to be.
Look at him. This guy's looking sharp.
It has to be.
Pride, I don't know. Have you seen Gift's videos that the Gift videos he's put up? I'll send them to you.
No,
if you haven't seen them.
Yeah,
they're or you can share your screen. You can play it now if you want, man.
Yeah, you'll let me?
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah, go on, throw it up.
Give me a second. Wait, but keep talking about something. Otherwise, you put too much pressure on me. Just give me just a second.
Do it now. No, so yeah, there's a hell of a lot of things happening over here. We're starting to see some real moves. Lit, I have to say, your family and Hans's family, I'm starting to see you guys just ranking up. It's like every day I wake up, I watch your stream, I just see you just ranking up all the time. It's coming thick and fast, you know.
Till the businesses were gone, and like even if I got them or not, I decided like, okay, I had one huge question, and I'm curious if you guys, as Dons, thought about this. Like the nature of the code, did they lock items in crates? So once you have that crate, the item's locked in your inventory, or is it a placeholder? Once you open it, you then access the database. I thought it's a placeholder. You access the database, and hodling crates is not smart. So I started opening them all. And sure enough, what happened to the businesses? They're not locked away in a crate somewhere. They were getting pulled, and now there's none left. So I think I was right. What do you guys think?
I think that's absolutely. I think it's a dependent probability, right? So every time that you open those crates, there's 2 probabilities that happen, right? So it's conditional. There's one that kicks off that spins the slider horizontal, and then the next one goes vertical for each item. Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. So I want to preface this that I've been teaching myself how to do this stuff for just the last couple of weeks, since Mafia went live. combining AI with Adobe Premiere, After Effects, using whatever I can to make a cool video. I noticed there was a gap in the ecosystem, and I wanted to do my part by filling this. So just know that this isn't my developer background. This is something completely new that Kool-Aid's actually really good at. But just want to preface this, and this is just, I want you to notice a couple things before I present. One is the people or the characters you see in this video are the character profiles from within the Mafia game. And the second thing, so I'm pulling actual characters within our family.
This is the theme you're talking about. You're building the whole story and theme.
Yes, and there is a Git book. We have a great marketing guy who's one of our top guys. He is building a Git book, so he's adding all the text and contextuals behind all the characters on the background as well. We're writing scripts. We're going full on this. This is just entertainment, something added, an added feature. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me go ahead and share the screen on this. There you go.
All right, gentlemen and lady, let me show you what my detective agency can do. We're tracking a test target tonight, Brother KG from the Internet Money family. Trust me, he was easier to find than a needle in a stack of needles.
All right, Tony, let's see what you've got.
Detective Team Alpha, report. What's the status on Brother KG?
Target located, boss. He's at the Internet Money hideout as expected. No movement.
See? Simple. Now let's talk numbers. You can hire detectives in each town to track down your target. Here's the breakdown. One detective costs $5,000 and takes 60 minutes to find a target in Napoli. Now, if you hire 20 detectives for $100,000, they'll find your target in about 15 minutes. And if you really want speed, 100 detectives for $500,000 will get you results in just 3 minutes.
That's some serious firepower. What about other cities?
Right now, we can monitor Napoli efficiently, but we have the capability to expand and cover multiple cities simultaneously.
I've got expertise in running detective operations. I can handle a second location in Bogota. We'll have this down to an art in no time.
All right, Tony. You've shown us you can deliver. Welcome to the Gearhead family.
We'll make a formidable team, Tony. Let's get to work.
And Tony, just remember, if your detectives can keep track of Brother KG, maybe they can keep tabs on Kool-Aid and prevent him from making his next hit on my office plants.
I have to say, that is freaking awesome.
That's the future of onboarding. Would you guys please listen to your boy Lit right now? If you haven't done this already, I just put in the chat. Would you please reach out to people and use their organization name and program it into the character? So they open up a DM and they're like, the fuck did that guy just say our business? And they're like, what? Like, that is so sick, bro. That's the future of onboarding.
It's funny too. Hex Token just said, it's funny actually, because the KG Internet Money family are gone. They're gone. They collapsed. They're dead. They're gone already. The power of a video. The power of a video.
Yeah, that video is really cool, man.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I love the fact that you said you're going to try and keep it rolling. Because ultimately, I'd like to get to the stage where I'm streaming with Kool-Aid and a bunch of other people at least once a week. You know, just because I love what Kool-Aid's all about. I love what Kool-Aid's all about. It's perfect, right?
What you just did, like, if you sent that in a DM to someone and challenged them to a duel from like that's how you do it, bro. That's how you get a high level. That's genius.
Like, how do they respond? Like, I may have already done a shot across the bow, so to speak, but like, how do you respond to that? Are you gonna make your own video, or are you just gonna?
No, here's how you respond. You code in exactly what Jacob did with a Mafia invite. You let him watch the video and then auto force the code to pull up a dual screen with a accept or reject, a green check or a red X, and they're like, "What the hell?" They're forced into it. That's bro.
Yep, boom. And there's so much more to be done. Like, some of these guys, you guys have seen my first couple attempts like within the main chat, and you have to agree it's come a long way since then. And you know what's really funny is that because I've been training the AI to build out these storylines, the AI knows what every character looks like. The AI knows what all their character personalities are. So when some of these scripts are being created, I'm just the wrangler, right? I'm the handler of the AI. So
are you saying it gets easier and easier the more of these that you lay out? It builds.
Well, I was gonna defend Kool-Aid a little bit. An early on video, part of the script was him urinating into the plants, the office plants. And that made
it's called adding nitrogen, y'all.
And so exactly, that's how he defends himself in some of the early videos. So AI remembers that, and it just injects it into the script, like without even my giving the okay or directing it. And Kool-Aid laughs.
Wow, that's cool.
Butt off. He thinks it's hilarious.
You're actually even I'll say that now. Even in the private chat here, GIF, you're getting prompts from some of the other dons.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'll do it publicly, bro. I want to see that as an onboard tool where you zoom in on who you want to reach out to, you research them, you put their info in it, and then you send it to them. And as the video ends, it's like, do you accept the challenge? Do you accept the meeting? And then like lock it down, and they click it, and boom, they're in on blockchain, bro. Like a blockchain transaction, and just lock them into it. That's so rad.
Yeah, as Kool-Aid said, we're not even getting started. We've got character developers that like build out characters for actual AAA games that are very interested in what we're doing. So no promises, but like, you know, we're doing what we can. We're here to support the Pulse Mafia ecosystem entirely, and we're not going to come half-assed. We're going full on, and that's our goal here.
Hey, is this
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
Is this an ecosystem to showcase the best of our talent in the GameFi space where we can cutting it? Is this the space?
Well, it seems like a perfect opportunity to do it, no?
It does.
I mean, Jacob said it himself, like you create a family over here and all of a sudden they're like your best marketers, right? Because they're incentivized to build out their name and to prove like what they're bringing to the table, right? Et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, you just got to listen to his streams. They're the best. I mean, Lit, you're so lucky to have him on. And I really want to have Kool-Aid and him do an extended, kind of chat around game mechanics and that sort of a thing, because both these guys know what they're talking about.
I really want to do that. I studied a lot of this stuff naturally, and I was not the logical go by the system dude. I was the wild and crazy. What the hell did that guy just say? That didn't even make any sense. But then the next one, they'd be like, damn, hold on. If you take his idea and you remove 90% of it, but use this as the foundation and put it into this principle and code that, he fixed it. And I'd be like, cool. And I just pop off at the mouth with it in like 10 seconds. So you guys know there's people like that. That's how I am. And like, it's not always stable, y'all. Like that shit's wild. That energy that flows through you is wild. And if you think it's not, like, good luck. You don't have it flowing through you. So if you have that energy, it needs to be harnessed. That energy will just like not do well left on its own. It can have spurts of genius, but it's not consistently stable the way you want a blockchain to be. But it's a component that can be an outlier. Does that make sense? So my energy will be this outlier, boom. But then you need devs to code it. You need other people to back it up. You need to have it in a community. You need to beta test it. There's going to be glitches. There's going to be stuff that happens. You need people who don't freak out and say, cool, keep going. Let's move forward. And they stay focused on execution. So if we can't execute, we're not going to go anywhere, no matter how much we want to like pump our families or pump our own projects. I think as a whole, if we can actually combine all our tech and put something as a base level of excellence where we're taken very seriously as a top chain, that would be an ultimate goal. And once we're there, I think it would be smarter from that point to branch out into who has the best project on the chain. For now, we need to really put ourselves on the map and accept RH May Satoshi. And like, we're here and we have a chance to build here. And there's traction here. Is that the bottom line? You go to other chains, but on Pulse Chain, there's a whole community where you can get traction if you play it right. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if we use that traction and then combine all our best forces, we now have something really powerful. And to be honest, that's why I joined the community. I was getting helped by Hexicans who were like, yo, here's how shit works. And if you guys forget, like, crypto is very, very stressful to learn. It's a big learning curve. When you first learn blockchain and wallets and how it works and how to stay safe, it's this huge learning curve. So if we can do videos like you did, personalize them, make it super simple, click, click, execute. If we can get people here in a couple clicks and then having fun, they stick around. If we can create a game where like their kids can play, they're going to be at work and their kids on blockchain, transacting on Pulse Chain, having fun on a game. Maybe there's like different elements we can add. But
no, but if you think, if you think about, yeah, but if you think about it, right, this game in itself is a fantastic education tool for blockchain because it has staking, it has NFTs, you know, it has marketplace, it has, you know, granted, yes, the in-game tasks are, you know, for the bit of fun, but if you think, what are the important things to crypto, right? It's okay. What are tokens? What is staking? What is yield? How to manage yield? How to manage your portfolio? Everything is inside this game already.
You're incentivized to do good behaviors for staking.
Yeah.
It's Hex with incentivized, but it's also a game of people. It's like a game, right? I don't want to compare it to Hex. Let me retract that. It's got a staking mechanism to the token that is bullish because everyone here hurts your family if you unstake and sell. So if you just look at it from that perspective, it's like the more people get involved and the more serious they take this game, the more the Mafia token is going to become valued. Then they're going to have to use it in game. Then the NFTs that exist, we have arbitrage right now because the NFT marketplace has not correlated foundation prices. Why? Because there's still crates being pulled. Once all those crates are done and the game's live, once people start using items, that NFT marketplace is going to be a whole new dimension. It's going to become so valuable. Why? Because you may have something very valuable to protect, and you don't have a Douglas M3 for an attack, and you don't have a bulletproof suit because you just used 6 of them, and you didn't know that attack was going to come so hard. It took 6 of your bulletproof suits. You're like, dude, I only had 5. I had to have one of my homies transfer me one. What are you going to do? You going to go on a crate run, or are you going to scan the NFT marketplace where you could buy them right now and protect your character and get safe? Think about that.
See, and that's the thing, is there's not going to be more crates. Once the game goes live, there's no more crates. So then
there it is.
You're having to utilize in-game currency to purchase these items from what I'm guessing is shop owners, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
is
there's
that
a
all
lot
Mafia
of
buy
dynamics.
pressure, bro? That's all, right?
Yeah.
Am I
Absolutely.
wrong? Hit me if I'm wrong. Is that all Mafia token buy pressure once the crates are gone?
It
And
may
it's all
not be
in-game?
100%, but it's close to 100%. I'm sure there's going to be a portion that goes to the taxman that then gets sold for the pulse that goes into the vault, right? I'm sure there's going to be a mechanism there, but for the majority of it, you're absolutely right.
And if you speculate, you have to take in the 20% tax. So whatever you're doing, except you're going to lose 20% by getting out. But if you 2x or 3x, fuck the 20%, right?
Unless, can I bring some potential alpha to the stream
Oh yeah.
that nobody's talked about yet? And I feel like it will be in the community good if I bring it up. So there's no transfer tax for the Mafia token, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, but there's a sell tax, 16%, right?
Mhm.
So here I am thinking, if I want to leverage my position to exit without hurting the price chart, how do I do that? I provide LP. And for some reason, I don't see a whole lot of LP going in to the PulseX V2 liquidity pool. If you put in your position at a time that you see appropriate, and you expect a run.
Oh,
As the run goes up, you're actually exiting your position.
he's
And
right.
then when you pull the LP, you're not taking on any sort of a sell tax. And the interesting part is nobody's really contributing to this LP, and contributing to the LP is good for the entire ecosystem, in my opinion.
Stabilizes it.
Correct. So this is something that the community maybe needs to think about and talk about a little bit.
You know, you guys, I'll tell you, being here 4 years and having everything I've gone through, no matter what anyone says to you, if they're not buying your token up and then systematically providing liquidity, they're not your boy and they don't have your back. I'm sorry. They're in it for themselves, bottom line. And I had to learn that the hard way. And I'm still here. Fuck. There it is. As honest as I can be. And yes, I learned that. And I'm still here. And moving forward, let's learn from each other's mistakes, because that's how you become great. If you don't acknowledge like, whoa, I messed up, then you're like not in reality. Everyone makes mistakes. You're human. But if you learn from it, now pretty soon you're scary when you walk in a room because you're always learning. You become lethal. And if you just like, I want y'all to drink that in. So I'm willing to learn and grow. And like, this is the future. Like, think about it, y'all. When a computer was built, it wasn't one dude. It was thousands of dudes who've innovated the computer to become what it is. Tell me the difference in blockchain.
I would say with respect to Mafia, there's some cost benefit analysis that goes into deciding whether or not to provide LP though, right? Because we know that when you stake this token, you get the 5% or 0.5% daily interest too. So those are two things you got to balance, right? And in addition to the other benefits that you might receive from holding Mafia as well. So all valid points, I think, but there's a lot to consider there.
Yeah, it's right at that threshold too, right? Because you get 0.27% on your LP getting paid there, right? So it really comes down to the volume. So the volume of the trading is going to dictate whatever the more where the incentivization lies, so to speak.
That's very true. I mean, you also have to take in consideration your own personal goals as well, right? And the goals of how you want to play the game. Because if you intend to have longevity in this game, staked Mafia is more valuable than liquid Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the absolute best strategy for the family and for outsiders? Let's differentiate a very clear strategy as Dons. Like, yo, if you're going to play this game and participate, here's how you stack chips with the Mafia token in game. If you want to speculate outside of the game, that there's two clear different strategies, correct?
Even within that, what I would say is when you go into this game, no matter what your intent is, you need to have a very clearly defined goal, right? Is it to just make money? Is it to, and how do you want to do that too? Do you want to build a family? Do you want to do that as an individual, right? Those are, what's your horizon look like? When do you want to start scaling out? Because being real, we all want to do that at some point. So is that 6 months from now? Is it 18 months from now? Is it 5 years from now? Is it 5 days from now, right? Those are all things that you have to ask yourself as individuals. And as collective families, and you have to decide those and then come together on what that strategy, what those individual goals look like for you and your family.
Can you share some Dawn wisdom from your syndicate? You have the biggest family. You've been playing the longest on BNB. If there's a brand new user here, what would you tell them? Like, as the Dawn who's been here the longest, what would you say? You got all the answers right on the quiz. Like, what do you tell them? Brand new, they're looking at everything they see. What's good advice for them?
What I would say is just have very clearly defined goals. Take a reductionist approach. Learn as much as you can. Pay attention. Read the wiki. Learn from all the folks on here, right? Because everybody has a valid strategy in their own context. That is important. Take in as much information and be adaptable, right? But again, set goals and then work to decompose those goals into very clear pathways for success, right? That I won't go any deeper than that, but that's tended to be our approach, and so far it's worked pretty well.
Like, let's say I'm talking to a no coiner and they want to speculate, like NFA, not financial advice, but is it like a, hey, brand new game, grab some of that token, it's super cheap, and just stake it, get a reward, and just hang on to it? Or are you do you lose your Mafia if you do that in game and get killed, or is it just the items?
It's the in-game cash and the items.
Yeah.
So is that Mafia safe?
Yeah, the Mafia is safe.
Yeah.
So that's a safe. So even if you start a character and speculate on the token and get in and stake it, you're earning 1.5% a week, correct?
The family is earning that per week, that 0.5% per week or per day.
And then depending
Per
on
day.
how the
Per
family
day.
splits that, they can do 50-50, they could do 60-40, they could do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, really, you got to look at what kind of family you want to get involved with. If there's a lot of factors to take into consideration, right? With like what do the families pay their members? The syndicate pays. For our vault positions, we pay 50% back to our members, right? That's super important to us. The most important thing to us is our members. That's where all of our success lies, and that's something that can't be replicated. And that's why we take recruiting and vetting super, super seriously, because without that, you're building a house of cards.
Yeah, I want to see my boys do well and have fun on Pulse Chain. And I got all that here, to be honest. If I die, I die. But like, I'm going to give it a go and have the most fun I can. And this has been the best way to pass time. And then doing this stream with the Dons, I actually realized, like, damn, this is the mastermind that actually came together organically. Like, this is the gift tech. This is the devs. Here's the virtual reality game dev who could just mastermind it. Here's Jacob as an entire team. And here's a whole community participating. Here's cross-chain families. And here's, like, all the Dons of this chain. It's like kind of everyone came right here organically. And I didn't even realize we had an opportunity to build at that level. But to be honest, that's kind of what I wanted to see when I first sacked for Pulse Chain. I thought it was like the cutting edge, all the boys, highest mind. You needed super high IQ just to be here. And it's like, that was fun. And you guys know it. When we were being challenged and everything that was fun. So I like that. I like that energy. I want to see more of it here.
Yeah, I think we're in a very lucky position purely because even at the blockchain itself is so early, it's so new. It's like a year old. It's a year old. We already have, granted, we don't have the tens of thousands of people yet, but the people that we do have, like you say, they're building it out. They're doing their part. Each one teach one. Steel sharpens steel. It goes all that way. And we're really starting to make waves now. I think. Anyone from other blockchains who look over here, anyone that understands crypto and looks over here, totally gets it. You get it straight away. It's banging down that door. Do you hate Richard Hart, or do you like Richard Hart? That's the #1 battle. And then, hey, just get your eyes over here and have a look at some of the really cool stuff we have going on.
You know what might be the future, y'all? I'm going to just lay this at your feet. People are where they're at. What if we can do that video that you have and send them a DM, and then they get their little character spitting out their organization with the yes or no, and they can stay on the chain they're at and have the transactions bridge over and respond. And like, if there's a way to do that, that would bridge the gap, and they wouldn't have to get onboarded. They'd be onboarded automatically, and maybe there's whatever you dev it out. Is that even possible? Like, let's say we send Sol boys or ETH boys, like, hey, we challenge you to this, and here's the jackpot. And they're like, what? I want to win 10 racks, or I want to win 50 racks. Like, we get one of our whales to put a prize. Like, and that cross-chain wars, come on, bros. Is that possible?
It is. One thing that I've realized in my dev time of combining communities is that you're only as effective as you are welcome, right? So you would have to essentially create a relationship with that community on the other chain and incentivize them to be curious on what you're building, and then show them where the value is on the other chain. It might not be as simple as throwing up a lottery ticket or something like that to get them to come over, but your sentiment is not wrong. Like, that's sort of the lines that we need to draw, and what we need to do going forward. And listen, we're still early in this cycle, so we still have a lot of time.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of time.
You know what's cool about what you said is Pulse Chain has a perfect foundational layup. You know, in basketball, like the layup where the ball's right in place, the assist, and you can just dunk it. Like there's a layup for Pulse Chain. In that, everything here is set up for this type of success. Like it's set up for something to take off and people be like, this is it. And then a horde of people get behind it. And it just has to be the right stable ecosystem and environment where people feel safe. And I think here's what happened. The common Pulse Chain bro has seen so many launches and had to wait so long for everything to launch that they have kind of like launch fatigue. And you know, like there's a psychology study where the first dude out dancing, it takes a long time for someone to like run up to that dude because he looks crazy. He's just dancing alone. And they're like, whoa, that dude lost his mind. But what happens is once one or two people join, they're still judged. And it looks like, oh, now there's a group of crazies. But they found that there's this overtaking effect in psychology where once enough people run in there and start dancing, suddenly it becomes weird that you're not dancing. Then it becomes accepted and it's the norm and like the tide shifts. So at first people are crazy. There's a crazy dude or chick, and then it's a couple crazies. Then it's like, oh my God, look, they're having fun. I want to do that. And then once those people, early adopters come, then it's the masses where it's like, so all Pulse Chain is set up for that, but it's not safe from the common Pulse Chain dude. He's just like, I don't know if this protocol is going to be it or that or this one. So I think if we can show the stability and long term, like then the masses will come. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. I think we're doing everything. You know, we're doing everything right at the moment. We just need more of it. Right? Like you said, get out there to the masses. We're doing everything right. We just have to, you know, lead by example, which I think we are doing. We are absolutely doing. We have some of the best tech over here. We have some of the best people over here. Some of the biggest advocates. I mean, you're absolutely on fire. Like you're #1 Pulse streamer. I didn't know if you know that, Pride, but Lit over here is the very first one. Been around since before there was a day one.
It was cool, but also it's also a lot, y'all. Let's be realistic. Like being here, I do want something fire we can all get behind, and that's it. I want to see it. You know what I mean? And this is a way to stack weekly pulse. And then OA kicks in. And then suddenly all the haters that have been hating on us and all the doubt and all the FUD is like, I had King Kong nuts and made it. Like I didn't fumble my bags. So I still have my bags. It's been stressful at times, but like, yeah, I'm still here. So we all want the taste of victory. And yeah, do you guys know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, listen, Superman has just started over on his channel. And I promised him that, I promised him that I was going to jump over and have a chat with him. So, hey, listen, 2 hours and 17 minutes. Thank you very much. This was absolutely this was really amazing. I can't, obviously we've lost a few people along the way now, but this was great. I think we should do this regularly-ish, like maybe like once a month, do regular updates, get all the dons together, shoot the breeze, talk about who is dearly departed since the last time we spoke. Who has just arrived since we last spoke, talk strategy, all that kind of stuff. GIF, honestly, keep doing those videos anytime you want. Just send them to me. I'll raid X for you, man. I'll raid Twitter. I'll stick them all over the place. I think they're perfect for onboarding. Just as it said, they're amazing onboarding.
They're awesome.
It's literally, like a few seconds worth of video. It speaks 1,000 words,
Appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. I have no desire to stop anytime soon, and I'm gonna make them better.
Oh, I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Guys, hey, we've had pretty much constant 65, 70 people watching this live since we started. The numbers are very consistent. So if you stayed with us all the way through, we really, really appreciate it. Down here, this is Crypto Pride from the Untouchables. Join his YouTube channel, subscribe to him. Down this way is my brother Lit, the Tash Man. Make sure you subscribe to him. My Life is Awesome everywhere. GIF, I don't know if you have your own YouTube. I don't think I know it. Maybe I'm not a subscriber.
Well, yeah, we have a Gift Tech. So just go to Gift Tech on YouTube.
Oh no, the Gift Tech. Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to that one. Yeah, so subscribe to Gift Tech, where you can find some awesome technology out there. Very clever bunch of people, very switched on bunch of guys. They absolutely know their stuff. So I definitely want to be streaming more and more with those guys. Hex Token channel right now is streaming. I'm pretty sure he covered this earlier on as well. He was sort of streaming, watching us streaming, the same as Corey Costa did. So we're going to have a lot of eyes. I know that this was all over Twitter as well. This is all over X. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, do it now. Keep in touch, and we'll see you on the next one. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, guys.